The trick to YouTube is really just like bitch record, like, because I will literally spend 15 minutes trying to perfect everything and be like, oh, this looks weird, this is off, but it's just like, child, like, you just have to do it. I have a lot on my chest that I want to express. Let me test the mic first. I was looking at my baby hairs because it's humid where I live, and I was like, oh, I should put some hair gel on my edges, but then I was like, child, no, like, this is what it is. I don't have time, and I'm gonna work out after this video anyway. But I had a few things on my mind that I wanted to talk about. I'm waiting to see when Sage is gonna queue up, scratching at the door. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, now that Sage is on the patio, there's a few things I want to talk about briefly. This video is not going to be long at all because like I said, I'm going to work out. But I had a few things to happen this week to be very stressful and like intense, and me being a Leo moon, I reacted in a very like dramatic way. Yeah, but anyway, the lesson here is, first I want to like preface, like, I want to say first I want to say that this video, anyone that is involved in this story, my loved ones, my family, this is not me doing anything like finger wagging or anything like that. Like, y'all did what you were able to do, and this is just strictly for teaching purposes only. It's not for none like that. Like, I'm not bashing my family over what happened, but it just more so gave me like an aha moment. So yesterday when I got off work, I needed to make a few stops. I made my stops, and as I was making my way back home, the car started smoking underneath the hood. So excuse me, I pull over at the gas station, and I needed to get gas anyway, so I was like, I'll just pull over here. And I'm like, the car's smoking. It's not registering to me like what's happening, because I don't deal with cars like that. And to be honest with you, I don't think I've had to. I've been like a passenger princess. And when I say passenger princess, it doesn't mean that I haven't driven in years. It just means that I was not doing a lot of driving. But I was working from home for like a while, especially after the panini. So I wasn't doing a lot of driving, and if I was going somewhere, I was getting driven there. So I haven't really been behind the wheel of a car extensively like that up until like now. Even like when I lived in Chicago, I didn't do that much driving either. I'm sorry, I'm listening out. So I'm like, I don't want nobody to come in here while I'm recording. I'm trying to be so like fast. So I making my way back, the car is smoking underneath the hood. I pull over at this gas station. This tall white guy comes out there, and he's like, your car may be overheating, but he was like, oh, you need to so I'm panicking. I'm calling everybody that I know. I forgot to say that. So I'm calling everybody that I know that could get to me, or at least get help to me. And in that moment, it's hot, you know what I mean? I can't have the AC on because I was just riding, chilling, like, child. My mind was like paying attention to the road and like what I was thinking on, like stuff that I needed to do essentially for the rest of the week. So my mind was elsewhere. I wasn't paying attention to any gauge. And I remember calling my mom, and she was like, oh, it's probably, did you check the gauge, like for cold to hot? And I looked, and I was like, oh shit, like I've been riding this whole time, and the car has essentially been overheating, and I didn't notice it until I was pulling out of where I was coming from, and I saw the smoke coming. I'm looking like, what is going on? Why is the car smoking? So then I pull over, wait 30 minutes, on the phone with my mom, on the phone with Adam, on the phone with Adam, on the phone with my mom, and I'm just like trying to get help. So I hold on, give me a moment. I'm trying to rethink. So I sat there for 30 minutes. The car cooled down, got to the halfway mark between cold and hot. I was like, okay, let me get some gas. Let me gear to try to get back to where I reside. And I remember getting started revving up, and the meter started rising up again, and I'm like, oh my god. So I pull over again, and mind you, I'm on the phone with my mom when all this is happening, and I call Adam, and I think he was trying to reach somebody in his family, or a couple of people in his family. And mind you, my phone was like dying because I had just gotten off work, and I literally came home, checked on my cat, and I went right back out the door to do my errands so I could come right back. And I remember I called my brother, and again, this is not coming from a place of bashing anyone. It's not coming from a mean place. It's not coming from anything like that. I respect everyone in this story. It's just a pivotal lesson that I learned. So my brother, I called him, and it's like 5:30 at this point when I talk to him. After it, I have to stop again, and I'm like, he offered to get an Uber to me. And then when I talked to my mom, she was like, oh, if you need to just get it towed, there's, the insurance information is in the car or whatever. And I was like, okay. Mind you, my phone is dying, and I'm like, it's hot. I'm like, if I know tow truck companies, like, this isn't my first rodeo, unfortunately, and I know that they take a long time historically to get to you, and it was hot, and I was like, oh my gosh, I either wait like maybe an hour and a half here with my phone dying for a tow truck that is gonna need to reach me, or I try to make it back. Or at least that's where my logic was coming from. Mind you, when I was panicking, looking back at it, I could have just simply gotten an Uber and came back here and then just called and had them tow the car. But in that state, I was so frantic and I'm stressed that I wasn't thinking clearly at all, because I probably could have saved myself a lot of time, and I blew up on my brother, which I shouldn't have blew up on him at all. I was totally wrong for that. I did blow up on Adam, but yeah, I blew up on people. But anyway, the only person I didn't blow up on was my mom, because I just, growing up, I mean, it's still something I'm working through. Like, I don't see myself like yelling at my mom unless it's like a real valid reason, and it's just like, and at that point when I talked to her, I had already yelled at two people, so I had already kind of gotten it off my chest. And I apologize. I really did. I apologize. But based off of how, I reacted, my reaction after everything had transpired, child, I was out in the heat for like 3 hours. And it was really because I was not thinking clearly and thinking that my way was the best way, when if I had settled myself, looking back now, if I had settled myself and been like, okay, get the Uber, come back, leave the car, call the tow company, tell them where it's at, it's done, get it towed to my mom's house. But I decided to take another route, which resulted in it making a much longer process, and then involving other people in it as well. But the pivotal lesson, because this video is 8 minutes, okay, the pivotal lesson in this story is, one, if you do find yourself in a crisis, breathing, That's what I should have did. I should have did breathing exercises. I should have centered myself. I should have listened to my brother when he offered to send me the Uber. But anyway, my brother had already prior obligations ahead of, before my crises, and he didn't cancel his obligations for me. And the people that Adam called, they didn't cancel any of their plans, to kind of come and rescue me. And my mom didn't cancel her plans to come and rescue me. And like I said, this is no fault. This is no finger wagging at anyone. The lesson I learned in this is boundaries are important. And my lack of boundaries in my life and being a people pleaser has left me like a lot of times feeling like, oh my gosh, I do this, I show up, I do all these things for people, and I don't get the same thing in return. And it's like, no, it's because, girl, you don't have any boundaries. Like, you need to get some. And that's the lesson that I've learned from this experience. Yeah, like, that's pretty much it. I don't think there's any other detail that I really need to give besides the context, which is I had a crisis. People tried to help me. I rejected valid help. Some of it was just kind of like, people weren't going to really change, but my brother did extend a resource to me, and I was in a state of panic looking back at it now that I have the next day that I've thought about it and I've sat with it while being at work. I'm like, yeah, girl, you had poor boundaries. So yeah, that's the story. Yeah, I'll see y'all next time. I'll see you in the next one. And remember to have firm boundaries. I'm learning that now, starting today. See y'all in the next one. Bye.
There's something you don't see every day.
Gotta give him credit.